for bed bugs, yeah? Because the most important thing is that we know how to find them or where they are. Okay, so now, I want to tell you that the first thing you need to have is a tool, a torch, yeah? You need to have a good torch. This is the one I usually use, so you can find the bed bugs, okay? One of the, so many times the people, sorry. So many times the people think, oh, I don't need a torch because I can see perfectly. For me, the most important thing about the torch is that I use a lot of light and I point it, then I will center. I always think too many things, so this is gonna make me only look at here and not look at there and all that. It's also going to, you know, the bed bugs, they shine a little bit when you do like this, so sometimes when they are inside a gap, you will not see them, but you will see the shine, okay? Places, when you go to one hotel bedroom, you go to a hotel bedroom, and the people sleep in the bed. Okay, so we want to first check here. Okay, the places that I can touch with my hand. Okay, now, the reason why we look around the head is because the bed bugs will come to find your CO2, your breath, okay? And they will come to find your breath when you are resting. Most of the bed bug bites happen here, okay? And the bed bugs are lazy, like me. They will not go to hide far away if they can find a place to hide near. Okay, so the bed bugs will only come here when here is full. Okay, they will only come here when here is full. You will find bed bugs very often here, here, here. If the infestation has been going on for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you will find them going up. I'm using this like a wall, okay? This is like a wall for me. You will find them going up. And this is gonna tell you how long has the infestation been going on. If I come into one room, the first thing I do is I come and I look like this, because I understand that you are all familiar with bed bugs. You know the bed bug poop, yeah? The black dot. So, the only thing I know how to do is bed bugs. So I come into the room and then I just look. First place I look is the 2 corners on the top of the bed. Those 2 corners. Then I look down to the corners in the floor. The bed bugs will only start going up or to the side when they cannot find a place in here. Okay? When there are already too many. Okay? So this is gonna tell me also how far the treatment should go. This detail is also very, very, very important to understand where we will place the lethal harborids. Okay? Because the lethal harborids, we will not place it on the top of there. But we will place it in a place where the bed bugs, they need to walk by. Yeah? So we were talking that this is beautiful, but I have to break it. You will find poop always in the pillows, yeah? Also. Let me just take this out. And then I put this. I suggest you to get a proper light. Okay, I'm sure that Ensystex, they have amazing lights like that, okay? When I do a treatment in a bedroom, the first thing I do is I remove the bed sheets. I don't remove the bed sheets like this. I don't do like, because then something I can ensure is this: I'm going to bring bed bugs together with me to my home, because they will just fly around, okay? So now, we remove this slowly, okay? Then, we will put powder in there, and then I will do like this, to make sure there is powder in the bed sheet. And then, We just for DIY in Europe, okay? But it's the same product. It is exactly the same product. Okay, I will keep one for myself. This thing has diathor on it. Okay, that's the taste. We can pass around. I'm gonna keep 3 for me.
You will pass and you will taste.
It doesn't taste nice.
That's the snack.
And we can go.
That's sticky. That's sticky.
Okay.
That's where the formula is.
Now, something that you can see is that you can bend it in half very easily. Okay? Because bed bags always go to the corner. That's why we thought about it. Another thing is that this is a product that I didn't make this to sell it. I make this for me to use it. So this, so simple, took us 1.5 years to come to this, which is so simple. Okay, now it has double side tape, 3M. Okay? Usually they will have a logo, you know, Ensystex, Diathor, something. If you buy a lot from them, they can tell me to make it for you with your own brand, with your own color, with no logo. Okay, places where we should put this, as I said, in the corners, yeah? So if we have a headboard, that it's hollow, we can just put it inside. Okay, in the corner. Okay, or we can just put it in the bottom. Okay, or what is even better? Some of you are technicians, some of you are the boss of the technician, some of you are the boss of the pest control company, and I'm sure that you always have this. I am the boss of my pest control company, and I am also a technician. So you surely have this fight that I have with myself. I never have the tools. I always miss something. So we make this one for me, because I always forget the things, too easy to cut in half. Okay? Now, if we have a headboard that is flat, and then we have to put it in the corner behind, then we can break it, and then we can okay, now you see the bed. The bed is always behind, under, yeah? You want to make a hotel bed bags free. You want to give them a warranty. In each corner of the head, let's use 2. Can I stick this here?
Yeah, we can remove it later.
Okay, I'm gonna set up this corner. Okay? This will be one corner. I will do this in the 2 corners because what I want to do is I want to make sure that the bed bag will find a nice place to hide. Yeah? So the bed bag, if I'm sleeping, sorry. If I am sleeping here, okay, the bed bag will for sure go this way, you know? Same happens to the other side. Where will I put them? Here, 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 here. Yeah? This will not avoid a bed bug coming into the room you cannot avoid. The obvious place will be here. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay, sa likod yung headboard. Kung walang headboard.
Sorry.
Inana yung headboard.
It's okay. And the obvious place will be here, yeah? Inside.
Sa likod siguro ng
Sorry.
po. Sa likod.
In the corner of the matrix.
Where it will be covered by the
Yeah. So you have a solution that is hidden.
and then under the frame.
Exactly. That's the next step. The way that the bed bags come into the bed of the customer is you bring them from outside. It's not that the people have the bed bags. The bed bags, I said before, they don't crawl on us. The bed bags will go into your luggage, will go into your shoes, and you will put them somewhere around there. And when you are sleeping, they're gonna say, "Oh, food," and they will go to find you. It's so funny because so many places they talk about putting the things in the bottom of the leg, yeah? The bed bags, they don't understand the leg. They will smell carbon dioxide and they can see that you are hot and they just trying to find you. They will go around, most likely they will find the wall and they will go. That's why I say to put them in here. You can put them under the leg. But the bed bags that you find here is not bed bags coming from the floor. It's bed bags coming there after biting. Okay? So that's very important to know. Okay, so the lethal harborage, we always put it high. Okay? So now, what I will do is I will do a dust application. I will open the package of Diathor. I will get the blower. I will get the brush. And I will put Ensystex in the bed. And I will put Ensystex in the sofa. Places in the sofa that we have to check. The bed bags, when you are in the sofa, most people use the sofa like this. I told you before, the bed bags will only bite you when you are sleeping, yeah? So the way that most people use the sofa is like this. Yeah? So, where the bite usually happens? Here, the bed bags, so many sofas, this one is nice, you know, but so many sofas they have here like a sink, yeah? In this sofa, where will I find bed bags? If you come closer, in this corner, there is it's not perfect, yeah? In this line here, you know? And where we do find bed bags in the sofas all the time, in the sofa, the bed bag is a place to bite. Here. Yeah? So, one place where we always check and treat. Here. Okay? So, let me do a little bit of a demo on how we use it. I suggest you to go a little walk. Okay? It comes in a seal bag, seal box. Okay? And this is a craft bag. My technicians, the way they use this, they keep this inside the box and they cut, open, and then just use it directly from here, close it again. This is an easy way. I'm gonna show you another way that we use when we want to be posh. Okay, and we don't want to make anything there. The first thing that we have to do, and now is when you will understand and you will see when we were talking about being a very light powder. Okay? This bag is a craft bag. We have to fill it up from a mouth. If you open this mouth, you can see. Okay? So now, what I do is always use What I do is always, I have a small box, and I just get the powder from the bag into the box. Now, we're gonna make a little bit of a mess, okay? You will see powder everywhere.
Ano siya, cornstarch. Tsaka pinya.
Okay? I'm gonna start with this. Okay, this is what I would use for one bed.
Oh! Oh my God! Bakit? Ano, Jude? Para safe Jude kayo. Sabi niya! Oh my God! Just to prove na safe Jude siya.
Okay.
Oh!
Baka magic yun, hindi niya inaano. Oh my God. Bed bag po ba?
Parang...
If I do it
Are you a
again,
bed bag?
Oh!
That's enough.
okay. So this is what I'm gonna do for one bed. I'm not gonna pass it because usually I pass it, but I do this kind of presentation usually for like 10 people, and then I give them the box, and they give me the box back in like 1 minute. But if I give you the box and everybody check, we'll have to rent the room. But what I will do is I will pass all these bed bags.
Oh my God.
They are the bed bags that you have seen in the video before. These are the ones.
Oh no!
They are all there. All there. They're all there. Yeah. The alive ones are in the airport now.
Iniwan sa airport.
Okay, so now, we were talking about the applicator, yeah, the blower. And they have Ensystex, they had this bottle here. I'm gonna use a little bit of this powder to show you how it works. You see, I'm filling up, like Dr. Parto was saying before, yeah? It's like a liquid.
Lagay niya ng water.
Tubig
You
yan.
can see the way it moves.
Parang ano siya tubig, no? Pero powder lang siya. Ay, powder lang. Or may tubig. Kasi yung
It's good. We can do like this also. Okay.
May water.
Okay, super fine naman yun siya kayo. So, mura na siya.
Headboard. You will see me doing sometimes like this. Okay? Which is in places that is just a corner. Or sometimes you will see me doing like this. When I do like this, it's because there is a gap. You can see the powder. If I do from here, it goes out the other side. If I do like this, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna dip, and I will do this. You see powder everywhere. We all have powder on us right now. Okay? And I can tell you that all your heads have powder. Okay? So, let's go for it. One thing, somebody was asking me about the staining, yeah? If we have this problem, which happens, what we do is we blow it. No. Okay? In Hong Kong, you have to take out the shoes before you go. I don't know in Philippines, but you have to take out the shoes before you go inside somebody's home. I don't know how to do this with the shoes on. So I just take them out.
Makeup lang.
See here?
Doon lang ko sa lahat ng corner.
All these gaps here, I make sure to paint them, okay? And the first bit, I step on top of the mattress, and now I don't. There is a reason for that. The first time when I step on top of a mattress is because it's very rare that there are bed bugs on top of the mattress. Now I'm safe. I'm full of powder. I'm not gonna bring bed bugs to my home. Or if I bring any bed bug that goes on me, will die. Okay?
Bango po siya.
Using the seat, I'm taking extra care.
And then,
Now, this is a place where bed bugs will hide for sure. Okay? Also here. Okay, all these corners. So I want to be extra careful, but especially towards the head. Okay? Also, there is a little bit of gap. Anybody has a business card? Okay, we have done it from the other side, yeah? But we can always make sure. Okay? Just with a little bit of powder. And somebody was asking before about staining, yeah?
Yes.
Poop. Well, I made some stains here. I asked who because I want to show. Ah, it was you. No. You can see here, I haven't been careful, and I make sure I left some stain, which is not a stain. I can remove it easily, okay? So now, the bed is done. Okay, we can just return it back to original place. and go to the headboard. So many headboards, they have like buttons, yeah? If we have a button, we just, put in the button. Only there, okay? Now, we get a little bit of powder, and we make sure. You see that in this case, I did, yeah? To make sure there is powder going in. Okay, and then I do all the way around. The same, yeah? Okay? So, the bed is ready. Back to place. And we go back to the sofa. In the sofa, this is a place where bed bugs would go to hide. Okay? So, if we put too much powder in the brush, we can just clean it a little bit, okay? Places where bed bugs will hide inside, we just make sure it goes, okay? To the back edges of the sofa. Okay? And as I said before, yeah? You see this? This is where you will have bed bugs in the sofa. Always. Okay? So, all this way. And same place again. Okay? Now, always, some places I always do, the baseboards, okay? Okay, around this here. Okay, I show you this side. The baseboards, okay? And if we have sockets, electric outlets, and I don't have any to show you, but I will use this. If we have an electric outlet, I just do like this. Okay? Here it is. Okay. This wall is not the best. Okay, so this would be one room treatment. That I didn't count the time.
Francisco, can you give an idea to them, if it's a standard room, how many grams of bathor you use for such a work? Like a baseboard, a couch, a bed, roughly how many grams of roughly you use?
What we use today is less than that. We use here like 8 or 9 grams.
8 and 9 grams. So
They-
let's say 10 grams
Yeah.
per room.
The standard that they are counting for anti-Cymex in Europe, for one hotel room, they are counting 12.5 grams.
That's the amount we need. comprehensive treatment.
Okay?
But if you're doing a less job, you don't prioritize. But he has done an extensive job.
Yeah, I did put a lot. What we just here was less than that. Okay? 50 grams is 1 liter. Okay? And then this one, I can pass you. That's unlimited visits. Okay, 1 year. 960 US dollars. We do 1 year warranty. We go one time and then 2 weeks later we go back to check. Okay, because we don't know how much they clean. Okay?
But you're so every 2 weeks you're gonna visit, or it depends on the level of infestation, or when you found out that there's no more bed bugs
It depends
on the level.
on the level of infestation and the home. For example, we can play a big one. It depends on the level of infestation, how they clean. They clean much. Also, some people are hoarders, you know, and then it takes longer time because we're lazy, we don't move anything. You know, if there is a hoarding, we still only do it, and it takes longer because everybody can touch it. So usually average 2.3. 2.3. And this is